Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, welcome to episode 3, I think. Yeah, it's episode 3 of Saturday morning knitting, fibers, there's something else, and something else, and mixed media. All right, I don't even know the title of my own damn show. But anyway, welcome to episode 3. So, I want to share, first of all, before I get started, I will come around to the front of the camera in a minute, but I want to show you my finished object, okay, my FO. And I have a couple of FOs. So, I completed this shawl, and it's nothing, it's simply just a V shawl. And I'm going to go in close on it. And then I did a bunch of that handmade art yarn again, because I'm still waiting for my spinning wheel to come. I ordered it, and they said it'd be like 5 to 6 weeks, because I think they have to build the damn thing from when you order it. So, I mean, I should be getting it in the next couple of weeks, guys. So, as soon as I get it, I'll be making all types of spinning videos and spinning all kinds of art yarn and just, oh, I can't wait. So, anyway, for right now, I'm still making my handmade art yarn. So, anyway, I made this shawl. Okay, you guys, let me say this. I did make it out of the, it's like an 80, I think it's an 80-20. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. And the reason I'm still using that is because I'm a beginner knitter, so I'm still learning. So before I use this much yarn and invest that much money, and, you know, like, this thing is full of mistakes, but I corrected them. But, you know, I don't want to get crazy until I, you know, get a little more advanced in my knitting. But I have one more project, and then I'm going to be ordering, I think, from, what is it? Valley Yarn and or Knit Picks, for some, cause I love the chunky yarn, you guys. I am going to be ordering that super wash merino wool. That stuff is the bomb. I understand now why people, I'm going to show you up close while I'm talking. I understand now why people love that super wash merino. So I am going to be ordering that, a whole bunch of it. I'm going to be dyeing a bunch of it, and you guys will start seeing a lot of my stuff with that. But I've been practicing with this other stuff that's not as expensive, of course, because, you know, I need to get some techniques down first. And then I'll be dyeing it and everything. And the other thing I've discovered, you guys, is I just don't like, so far anyway, I don't like DK weights or lace weight. You guys, I need the chunky stuff. Like, I've tried so many times, because I have some yarn that I've bought that's DK weight and worsted that I've dyed, and I've bought from other indie dyers. And I love how the yarn looks, but I can't stand small needles, and like, I want to commit suicide. It just drives me insane. Well, that's a little intense, but anyway, it drives me insane. So you guys are going to see me, I'm pretty much going to be using the chunkier yarns, but I can tell you this, my projects aren't going to be boring, you guys. Like, look at all of this art yarn that I made at the bottom. Does that look cool or what? I love this. And I will, up close, I'll take it off the mannequin here, and I'll show you guys the back of it. But I wanted to show you guys on the mannequin. And like I said, it's a V shawl. And I started with just 3 stitches. And then it was 3 stitches starting out. Then start your next row. And you do a stitch, a yarn over, finish the row. Make a stitch, yarn over, finish the row. So it was really simple, and if you follow that pattern, you just comes out to a V shawl, and you just keep going until you don't want to go anymore. So this is really long. Like, the point of it in the back goes to my butt, and then we have all of the art yarn. So I will show you guys that up and close and personal, and take it off the mannequin here in a minute. But I just wanted to show you guys that's my finished object. Oh, and I love this this shawl pin. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I got that at, where did I get that at? I went yesterday and bought it at Hobby Lobby. Isn't that pretty, that butterfly? I love it. I think I spent like $8 on it, but I used my coupon, my 40%. So I only paid like, I don't know, $4 for it, and it's really nice. So I will always be shopping for scarf pins now. Especially I need them with my heavy, what do you call them? Shawls. They're not scarves, they're shawls. So anyway, I wanted to show you that up close and personal. I hope you guys like it. I think it turned out really, really pretty. I love all the handmade art yarn. And right next to it is the other shawl I made with all the art yarn on it. Also, I'm going to show you guys how I make the art yarn, because a couple of people said, yeah, they want to know how I make this handmade art yarn. So I'm going to show you guys today. Okay, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, you guys, I'm coming around right now. Okay, hi guys. All right, continuing on. Before we start, I'm drinking some Earl Grey tea in my beautiful handmade mug, which I love. Sorry, that went down the wrong pipe. While we start the show out, right? Laughing at Angela. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you the back of the shawl really quick. And like I said, you know, this is only is this my second or third finished project? I think my second? Yeah, it's not my second finished project. I've been knitting now for maybe close to 8 weeks, I think. So, you know, like I said, there's plenty of like mistakes in this shawl, but overall it came out and I'm happy with it, and it's wearable too. So this is the V. So if you see anything, you know, you're like, oh my God, you know, I'm not saying it's perfect, people. I'm not saying it's perfect. Okay, let me see what side I want to show. There's one side that's like way better than the other side. Yeah, this is it here. Okay, so that's the V right there in the back. So hopefully you guys are seeing that, and I'm going to drop it. So see how big it is? I mean, this thing is huge. Here, I'll go across like this. Here's this. There's that. And then there. And then there's the V right in the middle. So this thing is huge, and it's so warm, you guys. Oh my God, I love it. You know, okay, I like the bulkier yarns for a few reasons. The needles fit into my hands. You know, I'm a medium-sized person, like true medium. I'm 5'6". Those smaller needles don't feel like they fit right in my hands. I feel like I'm working with Tinker Toys. Like, I don't know. And I love the way chunkier yarns, you get to see all of the patterning. It's so beautiful. You get to see the actual knitting patterns really, really up close and personal. And then when you put the stuff on, it's so warm. I love it. So I just think that I'm going to be, I know I'm not popular. Most people like to knit with lace weight, sock weight, DK weights, you know, and maybe worsted once in a while. But right now, you guys, I love the chunky. But like I said, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of superwash merino wool. That stuff is everything. Oh my gosh. It is so soft. I absolutely love it. So I am in the process of ordering that. I'm going to order ones that are just no color, white, so that I can dye them, so I can do some dyeing like I've been doing. And then I'll order some colors too. So really super excited about that. And you guys, get your coffee, your tea, your soda pop, whatever you want, because it's going to be a long one today. Okay? It's going to be fun, but it's going to be a long one because I got a lot of good stuff. Because, oh, I didn't show you, I didn't film last week, and the reason is we went to California last week to Pismo Beach, which I love, Pismo Beach area, and did I visit? Yeah, I did visit a yarn store there, and I was gonna pick some stuff up, but I didn't. I was gonna pick up this really nice chunky yarn. It was a superwash merino, and it was actually a decent price. She only wanted like $10 a I think it was $12 a skein, but I didn't know how many skeins I needed to buy for this sweater, and I couldn't anyway. So, but I thought, you know what, I should give my money to my local yarn shop, so that's what I'm going to do. So, I went there last week. I had a blast. I got tons of knitting done. That's when I got this shawl done. I bought some really cool stuff at thrift stores, like I always do. I love it. I knit it by the beach. We have a hotel room that sits, and we can just, right here is our sliding door. Right there is the ocean. It's absolutely beautiful. So I sat outside and knitted a lot. It was just fun. It was awesome. I knit it in the car. So I got to be able to get this done. And then I also got a pair of mittens done, you guys. Let me show you that next. So exciting. Okay. And at the end of the show, I will show you guys how to make that art yarn. It'll take like 2 minutes, okay? So, because I'll have to take the camera and bring the camera down. So we'll do that at the end. But let me get my mittens. I did fingerless mittens. So, I really love this pattern. Let me tell you guys where I got the pattern from. Where did I get it from? Just a second. Yeah, Jones Webb. She has a YouTube channel, and she actually shows you on the channel how to make these mittens. So let me take my rings off. All it is creating a square, no, a long rectangle, and sewing the sides up together, and then sewing the side. Okay, I'll show you guys. Let me put them on. It'd be a lot easier to show you if I put them on. Okay. Before I keep talking, I got that. So here they are. I think these turned out so cute. And at first, I didn't know if I liked using that bulkier yarn, but I love how they look now that I look at them. And oh my God, you guys, they're so warm and cozy. And my hands got really cold because in California the weather is like way cooler. I live in Las Vegas, it's like way cooler. Like in the mornings it's like 40, and in the afternoons it's like 65, and but it's by the ocean, so it's really cold, and at night it's cold. So I was cold the whole time. So I was wearing these, and I was like so warm wearing these. I absolutely love how they turned out. Okay, you guys, so what you do is, all you have to do is, I have the exact pattern of what you do. It's a free pattern, you guys, so that's why I'm going to tell it to you. I mean, obviously it's a free pattern. She has a YouTube video on how to make them. So let me just really quickly, fingerless mitts. You, I used a number, what needle size did I use? I used the big one. What did I have? Okay, I said a needle 8 or a 9. But I think my needle's bigger than that. Just a second, you guys. Let me see what size needle I use. I use a pretty big needle on everything. What is this? Oh, US size. What is this? Just a second, you guys. Alright. Maybe I want to tell you guys the exact needle size I use. Let me see. Okay, here's my packaging, because I just bought these. I just bought these Hayahayas, but they're wood Hayahayas. They are a size... Okay. Why in the heck did I use? They're 15s. Yeah, that's what I used. I used 15s. Yeah, and yeah, Hayahaya needles, 15s. So I use a really big needle. And I love a big needle. I love chunky yarn. Anyway, so I used a size 15. I believe I cast it on 40 stitches. And I'm trying to think if that was... Okay, I didn't do that. I did... Okay, I used a size 15. I think I cast it on 20 stitches. And then I knitted it as long as I wanted it to go. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I have two different patterns. That's the problem. Okay, I have... If you want to use worsted weight, I have a pattern. And if you want to use chunky weight, I have a pattern. So here it is. I used a size 15 needle. Use chunky yarn. I cast on 20 stitches. I knit as many rows as needed to fit around your hand. So as your you cast on 15, you cast on 20 stitches this way, of course, and then you knit until you place it on your hand, and then try to fold it over. And if it just barely fits over, that's when you stop, because you want it to fit snug. You don't want them to be too big. And then after that, then you just go ahead and you put your hand. Okay, you go in, put your hand in there. Kind of, I used some safety pins and safety pinned it on, and then measured like where I want my opening for my thumb to go in, so I know how much to go down and how much to go here, and just sew it with a yarn needle and yarn. And they're super easy. You can make these. You can make a couple pairs in a day, and these can be great Christmas presents. So now, if you're going to use worsted weight yarn, use a number 8 or number 9 needle, cast on 40 stitches. And it says to do that until it's 8.5 inches long. Knit 48 rows, adjust as needed, so it goes over the hand. So it just barely goes over the hand, so you can sew it up. It says here, sew 2 inches from, it says sew from top 2 inches and sew from the bottom 5 inches. And then it says make tight knots and weave in the ends. And you do that for both. On the ones I made, you need to sew it from the top 3 inches and sew it from the bottom 3.5. Make tight knots and weave in the ends. But you may just want to make sure, as far as where you want your hand, your thumb to go, do your own measurement and kind of see where it's at. Like pin it all up and then see with like some safety pins, because everyone's hands are different. So anyway, that's what I want to tell you. And then for my shawl, this is what I did for my shawl. This is really simple to make that V shawl. No matter what you want, whatever yarn or what needles, you can make your choice. You need I cast it on 3 stitches. And then after cast on 3 stitches, and then after that you make 1 stitch and then 1 yarn over, knit to the end of the row. Then you repeat again, cast on 1 stitch, yarn over, knit to the end of the row. Again, cast 1 stitch, yarn over, knit to the end of the row. And if you keep doing that, it starts making a V shape because of that yarn over. And that was the big new lesson I learned with this whole thing, was the yarning over. I hadn't done that yet. So that was a really big thing for me. So, and that lady for that shawl, do I have her? I'm trying to see if I have her information. I don't think I have her information who taught me how to make the shawl. I meant to do that. I'll try to remember to put that down in the show notes below, you guys. And if you guys hear a name right away, just write it down, because I don't always remember to put everything in the show notes. Have a pen and paper and write things down as we go along. Okay, so we need to move along. I spent a lot of time on that. But those are my finished projects. I'm really, really happy. I love how everything turned out. I'm really super excited. So I hope you guys like it. I know I'm not conventional as far as knitter, but, you know, here's another take on things. And I'm showing you some really cool stuff and some stuff that cannot take you that much time as other projects. And you can, these are great gifts, you know, stuff like this. So, because, you know, when you're making gifts, you need to use the cheaper yarns, and also you have to be able to take too much time, because you don't have as much time when you're doing giving gifts, especially Christmas or something. So, okay. Oh, I have some more finished objects. I almost forgot to show you guys. Okay, so my other finished objects are, I made another, what's in here? I made another project bag. So I'm really excited. Here it is. Isn't this pretty, you guys? So again, I hand drew and watercolored and a little bit of Prismacolor penciled my drawing. Okay, I think have I shown you guys this one before? I don't know if I've shown you. Yeah, I've shown you guys this before, but that's the original drawing. Okay, so I hand drew her, watercolored her, and then I use Prismacolor pencils. Then I take this and I put this on a I transfer that onto fabric, and then surrounding it is laces, doilies, and wedding appliques, and everything has been avocado dyed. If you don't know what avocado dyeing is, look it up on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of stuff on how to avocado dye, but you can avocado dye your laces, your doilies, your dyes, and all that kind of stuff. So I think it turned out really, really pretty. And then, and I don't know if you guys can see the fringe on the bottom. Make sure you guys can see that. And then I love the handles. I put this really pretty pink trim on the handles. And then here's the back. The back is a little bit more simple, but I think it turned out really pretty still. So it's a big doily, and then just a couple doilies layered, and then I did a big, huge handmade flower. And if you guys want to know how to make different handmade flowers, again, look this up on YouTube. And just put handmade flowers, and you guys will get a ton of how to make handmade flowers. But this is my latest project bag. I think it turned out really pretty. And I'm not going to say who, but it is a gift for somebody. So I'm very excited to give it to her. Okay, and then here is the Notions bag to go with it. I think this turned out really pretty. It turned out pretty. So I just took, what I did is, you know, there's always all these little pieces left from when you do your project bag. So to make my Notions bag, I just used a placemat. You fold the placemat in half, then you fold this over, and then you hot glue up the sides. And then I put some little Velcro pieces right here. And then all the little pieces, avocado dyed lace, doilies, and wedding appliques I left over, I used on this. And then I have trim that I got from Hobby Lobby, so I used all the trims. I love this gorgeous trim right here. Is that gorgeous or what? That trim, that rose trim is beautiful. And it's also on the bag too, at the top of the bag, so you can see that it all goes together. So this is going to make a beautiful gift to a special person. Okay, so I think that turned out really, really pretty. Excited. And then I have one myself too for my own stuff. See, this is my project bag. So, the other thing I want to show you guys is that I don't know if I showed you guys this one or not. I colored her I watercolored her, and I used Prismacolor pencils also, 2 different ways. So that's the other one. So I'll probably be doing another project bag and putting her on a project bag, colored up this way. And then I'm working on a sheep. Oh my god, this little sheep is so cute, you guys. So it's almost done. So that's going to go on a project bag too. So, all right, let me check my camera. Okay, guys, I'm coming back around. Okay, so what else do I want to show you guys? Okay, I'm going to show you guys what's on my needles, and that's an interesting story about that. I also made some project keepers that actually I'm putting in this whole thing, but I don't have those with me. Okay, you guys, the project keepers, because I have so much to show today. I'll show you guys the project keepers I'm making. I'll show you guys next week, because I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. Okay. What's on my needles right now? Okay. Oh my gosh, I could have just chopped off my own head today. I was like on my 3rd or 4th row on this blanket I'm making my husband, and my husband is 6'3", so he wants like a throw that basically fits his body. It's like to throw on top of our bed when he's sleeping. And his favorite colors are red, white, and blue for his team, for the Titans, and also for his basketball team. Wait, Titans, and his basketball team is the 76ers. So I chose, so all I'm doing is, let me just explain. Arnie and Carlos, you guys have to go check those guys out. They're awesome. They have just great videos. And they teach you how to make a simple garter stitch blanket. So like every 10 rows, every 5, 10, whatever you choose, rows, you change colors. And it's just a garter stitch blanket. So it's really cool. And, oh, let me explain. I think with that garter stitch blanket, I'm going to tell you guys how much I cast it on. God, I'm talking a lot. I write everything down, you guys. All my different patterns. If I change them or make changes or I write one, I always put them in this. So this is full of my patterns. I got it at a thrift store. I love it. Here it is. I'm just calling it Kyle's Blanket. So, okay, you guys, and this is why I'm so mad that I had to totally rip out all those stitches. Because I cast it on 300 stitches. That is no small feat to cast on 300 stitches. Anyway, I got lost in the whole thing, and I had no choice but to rip it out. I was so pissed. But I cast it on 300 stitches. I'm using the chunky. I'll show you guys all the stuff I'm using, all of the yarn. And then you knit every stitch. Knit every stitch until desired length. Every row, I said every 5 to 10 rows, change color. So, and you're just going to keep going down and you just knit every stitch till you've knitted all your stitches down. And then, and you just go over until you want it to stop. So, you know, I'll be knitting on this for a long time. But not too long because, you know, I'm using the chunky, yarn. So, I mean, it's not going to take as long as somebody using sock yarn. So these are the colors that I'm using. This color is so beautiful. And I've already balled it up. So let me show you it balled up. I am using Wool Ease, thick and quick. It's an 80-20, I think 80% nylon, 20% wool. Look at this. It's so pretty. And I think it's not pretty, it's cool. Isn't that cool? I love this color. And then this is what it looks like balled up. And I think most people do this when they're making a blanket. They go to the more of like the more of the synthetic fibers, maybe mixed with a little bit of real, because you guys, this is a lot of yarn, and it's a blanket. I'm not ever hand washing a blanket. You need to be able to throw that in the wash, throw that in the dryer, and be done with it. Okay. Then, because it's red, because I told you his colors are red, white, and blue. Here's the blue. Isn't that cool? And the white, I didn't get pure white to put in this. The white is what the is mixed in, and that's gonna be my red, white, and blue. But I think I got a couple solids too. Let me just look. And I got like 8 of these, so I hope it's enough. I'm thinking it's enough, but if not, they usually carry this, and if it's not, I can always go back and because it's kind of one of those type of scrappy looking blankets, I can always just go ahead and add in just a plain red or a plain blue. So I'm not too worried about it. What did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I got 8 of them. Yeah. So I every other one I'll do. Oh, it is 3 different colors. Okay, here we go. Sorry guys, I'm confused. Did I get a solid blue too? Okay, these are the 3 colors. This one. And it has blue and white in it, the red and white, and then the one that's more of a white base. See, that's the difference. So that's where I'm getting my red, blue, and white. And then there's white in all of them anyway. So I think this is going to be a gorgeous blanket when I'm all done. And when I was knitting this up, you guys, just by itself at first, for my first row, I think this would make the most beautiful, thick, gorgeous shawl, but like a nice thick wintry one, like the one I did today, bee shawl, for Christmas, and then a pair of fingerless mittens. So I think I'm going to make that for myself. So I need to go back there and buy a whole bunch of this so that I can do that, because I think that would be gorgeous. Also, there's these slippers I showed you guys last week. I think I have a pattern. I'll show them to you guys again. I think some slippers would be gorgeous out of this too, like some Christmas slippers. Oh my god, everything. Okay, so just a second, guys. Sorry about the bags. So that is what is on my needles, but kind of not, because I just ripped it out. And this just happened like 2 hours ago where I had to rip it all out. I was really super pissed. But anyway, that is on my needles right now. And you guys will see that next week. I only was, like I said, I was only on my 4th row, so it wasn't like I was majorly on a lot of rows. Okay, another thing, I'm going to show you guys the next thing that I'm going to cast on for myself. So I'll be working on these 2 things simultaneously. Okay, I don't know which channel this is that I got this idea, or if it was even a YouTube channel. I don't think it was. I think it was a pattern I saw. I can't remember. But to make a poncho. And I heard some other ladies talking about it. All a poncho is a big square. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. So if you make 2 big squares, you sew them together, leave room for the neck, and then sew under the arms, sew up the sides until here, you have a poncho. So I went ahead and took a sheet, okay, you guys, see right here, and made a poncho out of it. So, and I measured it all out, and it's just 1 big square. And then this is just some sheets that I made, and then I left this open here for the head, and then I didn't stitch up the sides, but then you stitch up the sides. So you're just making 2 big squares. You stitch in on the shoulders until you get to the neck, leave that out, and then here's the arms here. Leave a room for your arms to go through, and then stitch the sides, and that's how you make a poncho. So I went ahead and figured it out. If I did it garter stitch, which I'm not going to do it garter stitch, I'm going to do a lace stitch, so it's real open and airy. I have a pattern that me and my husband created, but the problem is that let me go to it really quick. Okay, this is what me and my husband figured. This is if I was going to do it garter stitch. Excuse me. You cast on 140 stitches. And the way we figured this out is that you get 5 stitches per inch. And when I measured this out, I needed it to be 28 inches long. So we did 28 times 5. So we did the length of what I wanted times 5 inches, 5 stitches per inch. So we did it by 5. So I got to cast on 140 stitches, and then and you should end up with, just one second. Oh, okay. Okay, and then you want to knit 215 stitches per row. So after you cast on 140, you want to have 215 per row. So again, that's 5 stitches per 1 inch. So how did we figure that out? Just a second. Oh, I wanted it 43 inches wide, okay, for this poncho. So that came out to 215. So I need to do 5 times the 43. So it's 215 stitches per row. And then you knit all the stitches. So, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And then you need to measure, like, how far you need. After you're all done, you make 2 of these. And then you're going to sew them together. And then you're going to have your poncho. Now, that's if I was to use the chunky yarn and a size 15 needle, and if I was going to do garter stitch. But I decided not to do garter stitch, so I'm going to have to reconfigure how much I'm going to cast on, which I will. But I wanted to share that with you guys because that's kind of like writing patterns right there. So I wanted to share how I figure that out. So I'm going to reconfigure it. I'm going to go and stitch and see how many stitches are in 1 inch. So I'll still have the same measurements of what I want, how much I want, what the length and what I want across. But it's how many stitches. Like I got 5 per inch on that last one. I need to find out how many stitches per inch I get when I do this lace patterning. And the lace patterning I'm going to do is this. And this is a video also on how to do that lace patterning. And this is a whole new thing for me because I've never done lace work before. But she's also using a chunky yarn, which I think is cool. And her name is, let me see. Let's see. Yeah. Her YouTube channel is The Casting on the Couch. Yeah. The Casting on the Couch. And it's called The Beautiful Lace Simple Stitch. So she tells you how to do it on her YouTube channel. And I think it is awesome. I love her videos. I love her style. So you guys check her out. And so that's how I'm going to do that. And so when I come back next week, I'll have that cast on. And I will explain, I'll have how many stitches to cast on. And how many stitches you need to cast over, and I'll have that figured out next week. So it's kind of like writing my first pattern, kind of. So with my husband, for sure. And what I also liked about doing this is that finally and this is really quickly, when you do this lacing, this is what she says. It's knit 2, yarn over twice, purl together. So what I like is I finally learned what YO means, which is yarn over. K2 means knit twice, and purl together. So P2 together. And I've seen that in other patterns, and I could not read a damn pattern. But this, I'm starting to see how to read patterns and what things mean. What YO means, what K2 means, and what P2 together means. So again, to make this, you K2, which is knit twice. YO, which means yarn twice. Yarn over twice, and P2 together means purl together. Purl together. Oh, purl P2 together means purl 2 together. So, and then you just keep repeating until you keep repeating all this until you're finished. And then you cast on however many you need to cast on with just a regular cast on, and then you start the whole yarn over. But check out her channel so you guys can see her doing this. And she's the Casting on the Couch. And I'll have that started next week. I'll have that started and on the needles and tell you guys exactly my pattern of how much I cast it on. And how much how many things I need to knit over. So I'll let you guys know that next week. Okay. Now, let's get to some really good stuff, some things that I have bought. I bought some good stuff over the last few weeks. As they call it, acquisitions. Okay. Okay. I got a big, huge box here. Full. Okay, let me put this over here. I have so much stuff in front of me. It's like ridiculous. Okay. Okay, I bought from, where did I buy this from? Nitpicks. I bought a whole box. I bought 10 of them. This is just, it's gorgeous. It's a, it's roving, and it has a gloss finish to it, and it is so soft, you guys. It's 100% wool. I think it's because it's so soft. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's merino wool. That's why. You guys, it's like silk. So it's 70% merino wool and 30% Tuscan silk top. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. So let me show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see the sheen on it, but it is soft as a baby's butt. These were only $5. So I picked up 10 of them because I want to dye them, of course. And I'm waiting for my spinning wheel to get here, which I'm so excited about. I cannot wait till that wheel gets here so I can start spinning. So I am all set. I will have, next week, I will have some of my roving dyed up because I have plans, people. I have plans. Let me keep one of those out because that's going to come in handy in a second when I talk about some stuff. Also, in this whole spinning thing, okay, a lot of people spin locks to make this chunky art yarn. So, you guys, look what I got myself some. A whole bag of locks. Is this fabulous? Of sheep locks. Look. I love it. So, next week with dyeing my roving, I'll be dyeing these too. I'm so excited. So, I'll be dyeing the roving and this and, you know, the same colorways because I want to incorporate these things in there. So this is how you can spin, and when you spin these, you leave it so that some of the curlies stay curled up. It's so cool, you guys. I cannot wait to make this art yarn. But look, yes, I got a whole bag of locks. Okay, and I got this from, this was on eBay, and I got it from www.indigoinspirations.net.au. Oh, so I thought I got it from Etsy. That's weird. It would have an Etsy thing. Okay, maybe I didn't get it from Etsy, but I could have sworn that I got it from Etsy. Anyway, here it is again, www.indigoinspirations.net.au. And this came from, like, I'm not sure what country this is. It was from, like, a whole other country, like Australia or something like that. Anyway, it's so excited. You guys, look how many locks I got. I only paid, I think, maybe 20 bucks for all this. So exciting. And then at my local craft store, I picked up some of this stuff. It's very, very thin and soft and will not prickle you at all to put into my spinning. Isn't this going to be gorgeous to have some sparkle in my spinning? So pretty. I was so excited when I saw that. It was by the register. I picked it right up. I'm very excited. Next. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you guys these. These are a bunch of synthetic homespun Lion brand. And the reason I bought these, for one, they were only $3 bucks. Some were $3, some were $3.50. Okay, when you're spinning chunky yarn, there was this lady, and her name is, what is her name? Punky, is it Pinky Punky. Love her, Pinky Punky. I'll leave her below or write it down. Go to her YouTube channel. You have to see her spinning. She does some cool stuff. So she takes textures like this, and she uses it, and it's called core spinning. And so she uses this as the core, and she spins her roving that she's dyed onto this, and then she might throw some locks on that. So you won't see this, but then she'll take it and she'll stop spinning stuff on top of that, and she'll start spinning this on top of the roving. So it's just cool. So I wanted to get this kind of stuff to do that core spinning. So now that I explained that, so I got this one for that. And I picked up, how many did I pick up? I picked up 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them. And then I got this colorway to do that. So these are the colors that I'm going to be dyeing my roving, these shades of colors. And I picked up 4 of those. So I got 4 of those. And I picked up so many because this is like $3, and I plan on getting into the spinning, you guys. Okay, then I picked up this one. Is this so pretty, you guys? Look how gorgeous that is. The pinks and the browns. It looks very vintage, very shabby chic. Very excited about that. I picked up, how many of those? 3 or 4 of those. Okay, and then I got this one. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, that very pretty vintage look. Love it. And I've already taken the thing off. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Love that. And I picked up, how many of those? I think 3 of those. And then I got this one too, which I thought was really pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? I picked up like 3 or 4 of those. And then this is what that one looks like, balled up. I balled it up already. This one here, this is another one. So that's what that looks like, balled up. So absolutely gorgeous, you guys. So you guys are going to see me using all this stuff to spin with. I am so flippin' excited to get my spinning going because I already have other roving that I bought and I've shown you guys over the last few weeks. I have so much stuff to start spinning with. I just can't wait till my damn spinning wheel gets here. So it should be here at any time. It needs to hurry up. I already contacted her. And who I bought it from was a girl named, I don't know her name, but it's her YouTube channel is How to Spin Yarn. And she spins art yarn. That's her main thing. She also is a knitter. So I contacted her. She has a store online where she sells the wheels. She's like, she partners with another company who actually makes them. And she also has like lessons and stuff that she packages of different lessons on how to make this art yarn. You can also watch her videos. You can also watch Pinky Punky to learn how to do all this kind of art yarn. You guys have to check it out. It is awesome. Okay. Let me put this stuff away. Okay. Next. And this is how it's always going to be, you guys. I am probably always going to be the type of person that goes back between natural and synthetic yarns, depending on what I'm doing, you know? There's a place for both, that's for sure. But I am going to be using superwash merino chunky a lot. Like, that's going to be my main thing than using the homespun. Now that I'm learning how to knitting and I'm feeling that I'm having some success of knowing what I'm doing. But before I do that, I want to do one more project. That's the 80-20. 80% synthetic and 20% wool. That's the poncho I just talked about, where I'm going to be doing the lace work on the poncho. I bought 5 of these, and I want to do, because I've never done lace work, so I want to do that with the synthetic. And then, like I said, after that, then my project will probably go more towards that superwash merino, unless I'm making blankets and things like that. But so I got this woolies again, and I got this color. I think that's going to be gorgeous. So that's what I'm going to make that poncho out of. And then I'm going to make the fingerless mitts. Where are they? Wherever they are. My fingerless mitts, the purple ones I showed you guys. I don't know where I put them. Oh, they're over there. The purple fingerless mitts. I'm going to make white fingerless mitts and that poncho. I think that's going to look gorgeous. I cannot wait to start that. So I'm going to cast that on. Probably today or tomorrow I'll be casting that on. I'll probably be casting that on tomorrow because I need to cast on my damn blanket again for my husband because I had to totally rip everything out. So between. Another thing I had bought is this is some more of that woolies, and I wanted to make some pink mittens for myself. So I'm going to do that out of this. And I might make a few pairs because I think a lot of my friends would love pink mittens. So I'm going to make myself a pair and a few more. And those mittens, those are going to be Christmas gifts for sure this year. So I'm going to be making a lot of those fingerless mittens between now and Christmas because those would be great little gifts to give your friends. So, I'm trying to see what else there is. Oh my God, I was going so flippin' fast because I felt like there was so much I wanted to tell you guys and I'm almost done. let me check my camera, you guys, and see how much time I have on my camera. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys down to the table here because I want to show you guys how I do that art yarn. Okay. And before I show you guys how I do the art yarn, really quickly, I want to just quickly, if I haven't, there are a few people I want to give credit to, and I have them here on my list. You guys can probably see it. Not credit, I wanted some shout outs that I want to do. There's a girl named Cuckoo for Cows. You guys have to go check her out. Write that down. She is the sweetest girl. She is young, you guys, and that girl can knit like nobody's business. She does some beautiful, beautiful stuff. She, just go check her out. I won't describe too much about her, but she does all kinds of stuff. She loves to do shawls. She does have a program where they knit shawls for just people who need hope in their life, who are going through some hard things. So she has a group that she does that with, which I think I want to join that. So go check her out. She's a sweet girl. Trying to think of Lamstrings yarn. Trying to think who that was. Lamstrings. Oh, Lamstrings. Lamstrings yarn. I love these two girls. They are so sweet. I've bought one of the girls' yarn. Her stuff is gorgeous, you guys. Oh my God. That's where I really fell in love with Superwash Merino, because that's mainly what her base is Superwash Merino. And the only problem is I ordered it in a DK or worsted weight, and I told you guys I can't get into that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably going to use it in my spinning, and so that you can see it, and I'll respin it and make it into like this cool art yarn. But go check her out. Her stuff is beautiful. You guys, I mean, you'll love her yarn, and you guys will love these two girls. Their show is awesome, and they're very talented. Who else? I didn't talk about my big comfy sweater, you guys, but I will next week, so I'll make sure I leave that on my list. Okay, you guys, let me show you guys how I do this art yarn. Okay, I use stuff like this. Okay, these are all just different types of textury yarns. I use, okay, remember the yarn I just showed you that I'm going to be core spinning with? I use stuff like that, okay? And those are the three things that I've used to make this art yarn. Art yarn. So stuff like this, and then this yarn here, and then whatever colors are going to work for you. So all you simply do is you take your art yarn. I take 3 pieces, like this piece. We'll take these 2 pieces here, and then this. Go together. And then I have a crochet hook somewhere. Hopefully I find my crochet hook. Just a second, guys. Oh, here it is. Okay, so then I left a section of my shawl where I didn't put anything. Let me find it. Okay, I left a section of my shawl here at the end. Pointed. Where's the point? Alright, just a second. Okay. We'll put it right there. Okay, so hopefully you guys are seeing this. Hopefully everything's clear. Get some room. Okay, so whatever point of your shawl you're at, you put your hook in, and then you fold over. You have your art yarn. You have your, and whatever length you want to do it, for however long you want your fringes, and you just take it like this. You bring it through with your crochet hook. Take your crochet hook out, and then just simply tie a knot like that. So that's it. So then you have your art yarn, which now is turned into fringe and art yarn. Now, if you want, you can take it and you can braid some. Like I leave this one alone, and this one I'll braid, and just make a simple braid. And when you make a simple braid, then you come out with stuff like this, or like that, braided up, and then you can leave them, or you don't have to braid them at all. So you guys, that is it for today. God, I feel like this was gonna take so much longer, but it didn't. I had a lot to show you guys. Okay, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. You can visit me on RAVERLY. I am Angie Bell on RAVERLY. I just started that a couple weeks ago. Instagram, I'm really active on Instagram, especially with my knitting, so come visit me there. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. Give my video a thumbs up. Any questions or comments below. You guys, when I get to 10 videos, I'm going to do a giveaway. So that should be shortly. And I think that's it. All right. I will talk to you guys next video. Bye.